What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last time we finished off a 4SPG about a cook-off, and there was some foul play indeed. So now we got one more 4SPG to do before we can continue the story. Let me give that to Swin real quick. And the final thing is about a stolen chariot. This doesn't feel like something it should be like too long. It seems like we just gotta chase someone down and beat them up. But let's see what the clients have to say. Are you the Minhao that sent out the 4SPG request? I see you've got Hiron with you too. Thank you for coming, Springen. Yes, I'm Minhao with Red Star. And you brought Aaron along. That's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the dragon chariot going missing? It was right over in the main plaza just till yesterday, wasn't it? I have a question. Actually, what exactly is a dragon chariot? Sorry, just having a drink real quick. Oh, right. I suppose you're not from Langport. You probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiau invest large sums of Mira into prepping a high-class luxury car to be put on display. Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year Festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiau is. I hear in the old days, they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since Red Star came around, though, luxury orbital cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you could think of before eventually being auctioned off. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as the auction house? That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought in the theater today. We were actually having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out a huge investment, and that's not even to mention how much it'll inconvenience our partners in Heiau. Is there any way we can enlist your services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let me think. Yeah, of course. We're here for all the rewards. It's only with Law and Gray, though. This isn't going to help us with chaos. Alright, we'll take the case. Heiau's not really in a place to deal with this right now. And I've had my fair share of experiences with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of orbital cars myself, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Yeah, of course. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. Can't just let some 2-bit thieves get away with something like this. I appreciate your support. To be honest, I was pretty worried you might not take the job. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle, after all. If you don't manage to get it back, the Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may not be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Chariot worth? Let's see. The chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. And then you got the embossing work from a first-class professional, the pure gold ornamental pieces, the gold order coating. I beg your pardon? The manufacturing cost alone will be 30 million Mira. You know, usually when they say, like, stuff costs, you know, 10,000 Mira, 50,000 Mira, I'm like, okay, we make that in, like, one act of the game. So I'm, like, usually not, like, but this is, like, I don't think I've maybe seen 30 million Mira across all 13 games I've played in the series. No, that's probably exaggerating. I've probably seen more. Yeah, Whistle is right. 30 million Mira. I can't believe someone pays so much for a single car. Yeah, you gave Van 30 million Mira in car funds, he'd be set for life. When it comes time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt the thieves would be able to make a rather significant profit from it. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems rather absolutely critical. Alright, first things first, I need you two to tell me about all the details about how the car was being transported to the theater. Any moments you could think where the car could have been stolen? Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater about 5 hours ago. And they finished about 4 hours ago, after which everyone decided to leave. Unfortunately, right around that time is when the issue that cropped up. It prevented us from keeping a proper eye on the chariot. Well, what happened? As soon as they started bringing the car in, the revenue service decided to show up for an audit. We were so busy dealing with them that there was no time for anything else. It seemed like it took forever, too. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. But if the car is gone, how would the auditors still be there? An audit from the revenue service, huh? So that's how it all ties together. Yeah, it's obvious. It's gotta be them, right? And right after Fan Liu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. It makes sense that the other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too, but you gotta admit the timing's pretty suspicious. Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew that the revenue service's exact schedule, or perhaps... I'm ashamed of their lack of vigilance, but because there were so many crew members on hand, we assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't? Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys were the ones in charge, after all. Well, either way, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater. We just need to take it slow and trace their paths, step by step. Let's get to it. There's a shop in here, so let me, oh, it's just a, vending machine. Oh, here we go. The Peony Blade. It's one of the movies. Sup, Fuka? Sorry to bug you, Fuka. Aaron? What can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they? Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the dragon chariot being stolen, right? Yes, I have in fact. I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. Sorry, it's just the recording seems to be like, I'm obviously not going to start it, but it looks like it's getting kind of like buggy. Hopefully it's fine in the actual recording. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice if anything felt off at the time? I think I might have been a bit paranoid, but I guess there was one thing. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. Uh-oh. I assume it was just some additional servicing that needed to be done, but I was so busy at the time I wasn't able to pay them much attention. It certainly does sound strange. According to Minhao, the crew started leaving the theater about 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand. And Minhao had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, and I'm betting that Red Star guy she saw was a fake. If he played the part well enough, no one would even blink an eye if he stole the car. I'm so sorry. If I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened. Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the Dragon Chariot would stand out in a place like Langport? It'd take quite a while to find such a place to hide it. Maybe someone involved in transporting goods might know something. Now that I think about it, that delivery guy Anthony runs mail all over Newtown. He's probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then. Oh. A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Langport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks coming every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck heading for the harbor district around the time you mentioned. But you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage space or boats? Nah, I can't say I have both, but maybe. Something jog your memory? Well, you remember that warehouse where there was a murder about half a year ago? Yes, we were there. After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Hong, and his company decided to start renting it. Heard they stopped using it, though. Was wondering if maybe something had happened. Oh, that warehouse. Guess it makes sense people be avoiding the place. The fact that anybody wanted to rent it at all smells fishy to me. It's also more than big enough to hide not only the car, but the truck carrying it, too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we find. Man, of all the places, I'd have to be there. Yeah, not exactly the best place. Oh, there's a blue icon down here, though.
あれはええ、マルドゥック社の運用する高速飛行艇ですね。お兄ちゃん、仕事中みたいですね。
Oh, you can play basketball over here. Hey man, you got some time to kill. What do you say shooting some hoops with me? Basketball, huh? Don't think this hoop was up last time we were here. Yeah, basketball has gotten pretty popular in Langport recently, and these guys like to challenge people to games every now and then. Anyway, why not give it a go? Yeah, I want to try. You sound pretty confident, not that I mind, of course. Alright, let's join for a match. Sure, let's just do it for fun. Alright. Shoot the ball at the basket. That was not great. Okay. Yeah, you can block. So steal to take the ball out of their hand, and block is to stop them from shooting. Damn. Oh no. Well, he was just a bad shot in general. Ooh. Nope. Damn it. Well, at least I got a shot there. Oh no! Damn it! It's a tie. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Okay. Oh wow, I actually made that last second shot. Darn. Van Ark the ball. Damn, he got skills. I thought I had one in the bag too. Well, we lost to the loss. Cool. Well, that was fun. It's the shady sales guy we knew from the first game when all the murder stuff was going on. I wonder what happened. You Lai Hong, we're here. You're the guy that's rented this place out. Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation. This warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told you had to stop using this one in particular. Is that correct? That's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, someone from security company oversees the harbor said they'd be taking over temporarily. And yet, did something else happen? Well, I came by here just a minute ago to take a look. It seems like somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though. That is pretty suspicious. I hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine. To be honest, I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we can learn something from it, I don't see the harm. Ha! Knew it. I'm guessing that's not your company truck, right? Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? And what's the security company up to? Let's hope the Dragon Chariot is still in there. Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse, Van and the others quickly proceeded to check its cargo. Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty. Well, that's about what I expected. This must have just been a temporary storage location for them along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this location as a decoy. I just attempted to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there's no record of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there a record of them taking temporary custody over it. I love seeing the heal point behind him, which is funny because I don't think we actually go in here again, so it might just be there from the first game. It seems like the security personnel that informed you of this supposed issue was an imposter. I can't believe they managed to pull one over on me with such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Oh, kind of sounds like something about him stood out to you. It's nice to see one of these businessmen that isn't actually, like, shady. Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was rather striking shade of green. Gave me a bit of a startle, honestly. Green hair? Uh-oh. Might have an idea who this will be. Means he'll stand out in the crowd. At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck and then transferred it to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up on their trail. Because if you remember, I believe one of the Devancy brothers, I think that's what they were called, I believe one of them had green hair. Oh, here we go. We can do this. Alright, Mayor, let's go. Mayor Bear. Mayorco. So I guess you just have to clear those before it comes back around, maybe? Didn't seem like it would be much of a problem. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait for it to come back up, because I can't fall it back down. Ooh, that's gonna hit me. I gotta back up. Alright, go! Yeah, I know. I'm running out of time. Alright, we're good. Quintet. Arts driver, Earth, okay. It's like I said, trying to get the trophy completion for this game is going to be a lot more work because there's so many more different mini games that actually have like achievements for them and such. Thankfully, it seems like the stuff for like basketball, that's EX, so that won't count for just the normal 100% completion. Oh, hey, there's a board over here. Even though we never grabbed a job from the Harbor District, as far as I recall. Okay, yeah, we're gonna... I think I also see Professor Cronkite with them as well. Alright, buddy. Suspicious heavy cargo? No, I haven't taken on anything like that myself. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I've never seen before came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah, mind telling us what they look like? What type of boat did they rent? Well, they were a man, middle-aged Navy type, with a little bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer? No, a lieutenant colonel. I thought it was a bit odd for someone from the Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. Still, it's not every day you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached. An orbital sail? Those vehicles with orbital engines that propel them more easily than a regular sailboat. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine might just be sufficient enough to tow it. The Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave? Yes, I barely taken my eyes off them for a second before and they were gone. Sounds like there's more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? No, you've got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think we got a pretty good idea on the scale of this scheme now. Let's find a place where we can sort through everything we've learned so far. This guy chilling in the back. At least we know the entire sequence of events. So, to sum it up, we have people We have people believed to be the culprits bringing the truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, and then renting a boat with a barge. At every location, they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have business there. But we were given two descriptions: a young guy with green hair, dressed like a security guard, and a middle-aged Navy officer. We don't know what the guy pretending to be a Red Star employee looked like, but do you think they were all different people in disguise? What if it's, because we know there's three brothers, it could be all three. I have heard there's a phantom thief capable, yeah, we're talking about Blue Bonk, it's not him. Capable of mimicking the likeness of various people and by himself, no less. Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility this is the work of a single individual. It's true. I'm gonna say multiple. I got a feel we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it really was just one guy, there wouldn't be any point making it all so complicated, right? They were probably only handing off the car to another in disguise, so it'd be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? You figured out everything, haven't you? Well, the first people come to mind are the Devancy brothers. Yeah. I'm thinking it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they'd have to put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brain power involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did manage to get away with it. I agree, looking at their plan, it seems a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together so haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well-coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the revenue service had anything to do with them. Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back over what we know about these guys again. They're capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, and operate as a small unit and work fast. You guys all remember a certain threesome that fit that bill. Oh, you mean those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year? Yep, there they are. The Devancy brothers. This incident does certainly seem to fit their MO. And according to a recent search, it seems they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance. That settles that. All we gotta do is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah, they must have taken the dragon chariot to... yeah, it would be... If we're over here, it'd be Heilong Shangzai. Heilong Shangzai. Most people tend to keep their distance from the place. Yeah, because if they went to the eroded cave, that's a tourist spot. Why would you take it there? Most people tend to keep their distance from the place, but it's just close enough to get to go to with a normal sail. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense, though. There's a reason Armada used it for their hideout. It practically screams, hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude. What do you think they're doing with it all the way over there? If they wanted to sell it off, they'd have to load it up and take it again somewhere else, wouldn't they? That's why I thought Heilong Shangzai gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave. It's not easy just to look by looking at a map, but on the east side of Heilong Shangzai, there's a small patch that links up to the main highway. There is? I mean, the place was used for mining after all. It makes sense they'd have a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the dragon chariot somehow while they have it on Heilong Shangzai, they'd have no issue taking it to land from there. That's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah. Damn, they sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Shangzai. Show over at the Eastern Quarters Wharf should be able to hook us up with the boat. Yep. Well, we found our culprit. Culprits, 3 of them.
の店どれも自慢の品ね。シェイシェイ。
Alright, hook us up, show. Van and the others, in an effort to track down the dragon chariot, decided once again to travel to Heilong Shengzai. Soon thereafter... Whoa, look at that, guys. An orbital sail and a barge, I knew it. Man, that'd be dangerous, though, unless you nail it down on that or, like, rope it down. Like, that could easily just fall in the water. It would seem to be just as you surmised, Mr. Arkride. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far. I bet we'll find them pretty close by. Let's be careful going forward. Yes, sir, you got it. Understood. Well, we haven't been here in, you know, an entire game. But, not to get anyone's hopes up, but we will not be entering the place. As you can see, they're all just right here with it. Naval officer, question mark. Nice work out there, brothers. That is a very nice car. If we manage to get this thing's bits and bops on the black market, our mere woes will be ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvert and make a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world. We could never have done it without your foolproof plans, big bro. Who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody, that's who. Alright, that's enough praise for me. Besides, you guys played your parts to a T as well. I must say your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us really ought to consider changing his hair color next time. Hey, the hair is what makes me me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Well, whatever. We should be proud of this one, boys. The bonds of brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. What do you mean another? When have you guys ever succeeded before? Let's say we crack open a bottle and have a toast. We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always just slip out the abandoned pathway tomorrow. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, man? No doubt about that, and they even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say. Too bad that that's about all the time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, why not put all that energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devancy brothers. See, you know, it really does suck for them, because if it wasn't for the 8th Genesis piece being here, we wouldn't have come here and they probably would have gotten away with this. What are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before? They're the guys that foiled our plans back in Tharbad. The Spriggan. Ugh, why did it have to be you again? Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. You boys are at the end of your rope, and speaking of rope, how about you stand still so we can tie you three up? What, you really think we're just gonna back down now? You meddled in our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You are toast. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took us down once before. Bro, you guys have got a sword, a nail bat, and a gun. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers. You got it. Surely we're gonna deal with them once each game in this arc. Alright. I can't believe we lost to these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last time we hear of the Devancy brothers. Yeah, surely we're gonna see them for a couple more games. Yeah, we always bounce back. Just you wait until we get out of prison. Geez, we're dealing with putting a lot of people in prison in this game. We dealt with the old lady with Elaine, Swin, and Nadia and her cronies, and now these guys. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna live to regret messing with us, Spriggan. Or maybe you guys could just learn your lesson and stop thieving already? You can act tough all you like, but that's about the least scary thing I've heard all week. Well, that takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay? It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return it to our client as is. At least the barge will make getting it back to Langport a little easier. Right, let's bring it back to the theater. What's wrong, Van? I'm just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Like how you're gonna get any more out of me. You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all. Oh yeah. The timing was certainly suspect. Oh, is that all fine? If you want to know who our partner in crime is, I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name. He's so proud about that. What? I thought you guys were all buddy-buddy. And here I was thinking you had connections to some big hotshot. Well, I guess I don't mind spilling a few secrets. See, we got word from someone using a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. The only condition was that we had to cause some kind of uproar in Langport, and it had to be today. Said they'd even lay all the groundwork. Wow, you sure know how to pick them. Are you joking? Look at you using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro. What is with these guys? For real, you think they'd be more angry about the whole being used as pawns thing? So, someone's been trying to stir things up in Langport. Bet it's whoever betrayed the Liu family. It makes sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here, too. See, that's what's nice is this side quest, even though it's a side thing, it does also still fit within the main story. Anyway, before we return to the Dragon Chariot, we better decide what we're going to do with these guys. I'm doing the Chaos option because I got to build that up. Probably just put even more stress on Heyo if we try to push him off to them. So let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. Yeah, Marduk Company. Take them. I mean, they did break out of prison after all. This is a problem the police needs to fix, not the guild. But considering it's the same force that arrested Fan Lu, it is possible whoever's been pulling the strings inside Heyu has a little hand on all this. Maybe the better option is to turn them over to Marduk. Huh? Why Marduk? I see. Marduk engages in various risk management research opportunities that pertain to maintaining public safety. It would require a great deal of paperwork, but it should be possible for the company to take temporary custody of the Devancy brothers. Fortunately, Mirabelle and the security chief are currently in Langport, so they'll be able to assist in making the handover as smooth as possible. Sheesh, can't say I'm a huge fan of letting a PMC have so much authority. But I guess you guys do have a knack for stuff like this. Fine, I'll let it slide. It's definitely more on the gray side, legally speaking, but hey, that's where we operate best, right? Anyway, I'd appreciate if you could take care of all the formalities for us, Reset. Of course, it shouldn't take long at all. And so, thanks to Van and the crew, the Devancy brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot was soon returned to the theater where it awaited its new owner. Yeah, try not to lose it again this time. Thank you all so much for all you've done. I'm glad we were able to get the chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now that we have the car back, tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. I hope you know how truly grateful we are. It was no biggie. I just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time you got a new hobby, old man? I'm really glad it worked out. It means the I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Langport. It does indeed. In times like this, it's all the more reason for us to upkeep the tradition. Hopefully it'll help bring back a sense of normalcy. We'll make sure the reward is posted to your account right away. Thanks again for all you've done. Sure thing. It was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone getting the drop on you again.
これで幕引きだ。
入金を確認したわ。
Oh, there it is. Alright, got everything at 4 now. Alright, so now we just have 3 sections to check here in the city about gathering info about the trader. So we're going to do all that next time. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.